Ba, 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 ba. I don't want to sign into that. Mm-hmm. There we go. Fantabulous. That's not at all what I wanted. We're going to go to this, 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 and this. That's interesting. Well, it's fine. All right. We are going to play some bowling tonight. We're going to play some bowling. Fix my mat, and I got to get my box out. All right, that looks and sounds great. I think sounds good. We do have to get out my stuff because I had put it all away, and now we need it. Need our Y board. We need our dice. We don't need that. We're going to take out instructions just in case. Sounds great. There we go. We got our charts. Very good. Got our Y chart. We got our other charts. Don't need this. But I'm going to need these. Alright, so that's my championship stuff. We've got our separators here for tournament mode. So we got the guys that get 5 points, 10 points. Here's our different dividers that I wrote down with. Here's all of our bowlers. Well, a bunch of them. These are all guys that were out. All right, let's see. Notes. My dice tower is coming over here. Boom. Great. Woohoo! It's not as zoomed in as I want, but that's a-okay. So. I want to pull this out. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think I know what happened. So that should be looking at let's play with this for a minute. Obviously, this is the stuff people come looking for. So he's roster C1 to C100. C1, C2 to C100. And then this is my standings. Should be finding Barry Peccatelio. We're looking him up on week 1, D4 to F100. Where'd my... Oh, is it because I changed my import range? I bet it is. I bet it is. All right, well, for tonight, I'm not going to worry about it. I will fix that later. Oh, no, I broke the whole thing. No, I didn't. Now we're good. We can hide this. Hello, everyone. You get to sit here and look at me, look at Excel stuff. As I try to piece things back together. All right, that looks great. All right, it's good enough for now. I definitely have some more work to do on that Excel sheet. I'm going to straighten out my board here. And we are getting ready here for the Bowling America Open, which is the second event in my bowling season I built. We're looking, yes. So last week, or in week 1 at the Bowling America Players Championship, Jerry Van Osdal won the event. That was a tier 1 major, so the values for each of those individual fields got tripled. And I'm going to leave. Oh, no. Now where did it go? Is it because I minimized it? Let's do that. Come back here. That's what. I am just a mess. All right, so here's our standings after that first event. Yeah, looks good. So this the Bowling America Open is an event for all of our bowlers. There is no restriction on who's going to get to come in and perform in this event. But it is the Bowling America Open, as I'm calling it, is also another major. So this is 2 weeks into the season, and it is a major. So this is going to be kind of run the same way that the last one was. If you were here for that, it was a great time. If you weren't here, feel free to go back and watch it. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are playing Bowl-o-Rama Championship Bowling by Plaay Games, and I am trying to shuffle up this stack of 72 bowlers so that we've got a nice variation of who's going to be playing with us tonight. Or bowling, I should say. Over on the left, we've got our season standings that exist after 1 week of the season. I definitely have some work I need to do because I messed up my Excel sheet or my Google Sheets sheet. But those standings are accurate after week 1. And we are going to switch here to tournament rules just so we make sure we're getting them right. So, we are looking at 72 bowlers in this group. We're going to separate into 8 stacks. So, there's going to be 9 bowlers per stack. And we're figuring out the preliminary rounds for this event. So, here we go. 1, 1, 1. Move out of my way, Dice Tower. 1, 1, 1. Feel free to say hello in the chat so that I'm not bored while I'm sorting here. I should have separated these into the chat before I got on the stream, but for posterity's sake, so that nobody says, oh, you're stacking the deck, you can see how I'm sorting this randomly. You know, for all the YouTubers that want to make sure that my fictional league of fictional bowlers is completely and utterly accurate. I like the idea of having the most recent standings up there on the side, especially as we work through the preliminary rounds. We can at least see who, I don't know that we'll call them heavy hitters. I don't know. I'm assuming bowling has heavy hitters of some kind, but I honestly don't watch any PBA, so maybe we'll get there someday. We got some Monday night bowling, hot bowling action here on the Sports Simulator. No, that's not my name. The Sports Simulation Spectator. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this should be our last 9 or last 8. Assuming I sorted right. I did. Very exciting. All right. So now we've got our 8 stacks. What we're going to be doing is shuffling these stacks. I'm going to shuffle them. And we're going to roll 2 6-sided dice to determine and put those values together. Based on this chart, that's going to tell us which bowlers will be coming along into the or qualifying from the preliminary round into the Red Robin round. All right. So we'll worry about these first 4 here, and then we'll bring our dice tower back onto the stack. I'll probably just randomly choose out of the stack itself. You know, if it's random. All right, so this is our second stack. Here is our dice tower. I don't have the zoom working because right at the moment my dice camera is not cooperating, but all right, here we go. So this is going to be stack 1, 2, 3, 4. Stack 1. Here we go. Put them together. That is a 12. We are drawing 3 bowlers. 3 drawn bowlers. So they are not the high bowlers. They are the 3 drawn. Here we go. Our 3 bowlers are Lonnie Yoon, Sean Schnetzer, and Gary Ekholm. All right, here we go. Here's our second stack of bowlers. Stack number 2. It's a 9. Draw 2 bowlers to advance, and then advance the highest average bowler. Our drawn are Dave Giordano, who finished or is currently has 15 points, and Clark Jankowiak. And then our highest average, we've got a, let's see, a 222. Who's this? 211, 229. I think 229s are high. 229, and that is Wally Stouch, who finished 4th in the first in the Players Championship. Currently sits with 30 points on the season. Here's stack number 3. Hello and welcome to our preliminary round of Bowl-o-Rama. Week 2 of the Bowling America, not Baseball America, Bowling America season that I've built using the Bowling America set. This is the Bowling America Open. Bowling America, Bowling America, Bowling America. Oh, no. Here we go. It is a 3. 3 highest average bowlers. That's all we get. So, this guy is higher. Let's see. Who are our highest? He's younger or smaller. Lower average. Lower. Lower even still. All right, here's our top so far. All right, so we know Joe Zalesnik is going to play. Joe Zalesnik has 15 points. I think these are our guys. Yes, sir. Palmer Nwanko, and Don Rhoda. Palmer has 15 points, and Don Rhoda has 6. So far, these are all gentlemen that did perform, did play in that Players Championship. All right, and our 4th stack is a 4. 3 highest average bowlers. 213, 222, 212, 216, 213, 227, 223, 207, 202. I think these are our guys. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Jerry Van Isdal, last week's champion. Hub Reif Snyder, last week's number 6 bowler. And Troy Scorza. He finished with 15 points last time. Here is our second stack. All right, second stack, and we got a print job coming out behind me. Here we go. Group number 5. It's a 6. Draw 1 bowler to advance, and then the 2 highest average bowlers. Here's our drawn bowler. Felix Navarrete. He has 15 points on the season. And our 2 highest average. Let's see. The 219, 218, 217, 213, 208, 221, 221. And who's this guy? 214. So our 2 other bowlers that are coming out of this group 6 are Nick Steinberg. I don't even know that he was in the tournament last time. And Wayne Rasso. Group number 6. $10. Draw 2 bowlers to advance, and then the highest average bowler. Draw number 1, Kenny St. Clair and his 209 average. Draw number 2, Bill Carell. And our high average, 211, 211, 216, 224, Gary Salerno. It's probably our guy. Salerno. No, Ralph McNamara. Gary Salerno is not in, did not qualify. Ralph McNamara. And Gary Salerno, who has 15 points from week 1, does not qualify. Here's group number 7. Almost finished through the preliminary rounds. We will end up figuring out who gets a couple of money points. As soon as we finish this up. We're just about moving on to the semifinals. That is another 12. We're looking at 3 draw bowlers. Our 3 random bowlers out of this stack are Woody Horvath, his 219 average. Dwayne Lasco, his 211 average. And Wally Schofstall and his 217. And we're on our final stack. There are some names that were in here last week. This, like I said, this is another major. So if they can compete and move on through the preliminaries in the first 2, they have an opportunity to really... The points are tripled in a Tier 1 major. Here we go. That is a 3. We're looking at 3 highest average bowlers coming out. 211, probably not cutting it. 205, definitely not cutting it. 216 is a maybe. 218 is better than 216. 210, 222, 220, 226, 225. Wow, what a group. These guys do not move on, and we need to figure out one of these gentlemen is not up to snuff this week. 225, 226, 220, 222. Barry Peccatillo. I don't think he even played last week. He did not. And his high average. Marv Rosenthal, our number 2. Max Boston, our number 7. And Paul Toledo. Is Paul on that high list? There we go. 19 right now. All right, so these are our semifinal round robin bowlers. Nope. These are not. These are all the people that didn't make it. These are our semifinal bowlers. So let's set them off to the side for just a moment. And we are quickly, I promise, this is the end of the boring part. We are going to quickly sort this into 4 stacks. We're going to figure out some prize money so that we know who gets a few points just for showing up and trying. Promise. Here we go. Welcome to the Sports Simulation Spectator. If you're here for the very first time, we are playing Bowl-o-Rama Championship Bowling. One of the tournament modes here for a fictional season I've put together with a group of fictional bowlers. Truth be told, you could show me all the real bowlers, and I'd probably believe they were fictional, because I don't know anything about real bowlers, or at least professional bowling. My bowling average is a 132, so I'm really good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Eventually, once I get these cards shuffled more, they will deal and come apart way better than they do right now. Right now, it's about a third of them were on perforated paper. The other 2/3 I cut on my paper cutter. So they have some raw edges at the moment. So what this is doing here is simulating in the preliminary round. These are the bowlers that didn't get qualified in the final 24 to move on to the semifinal round robin. And basically we're separating these stacks, and we'll roll dice to determine who will get 2 money points, who will get 1 money point. Essentially, it's the ones that bowled decent, but didn't bowl well enough to be able to move on. And somewhere in here, I gave 1 stack too many. I cannot imagine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13, it should be 26, 52. I think that stack's got too many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's 12. Let's see what's in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, this one's got too many. There we go. Everybody's 13. Sounds great. All right, so we're going to roll these 2-sided dice. And essentially what ends up, the way that this gets handled is we are going to give, each stack is going to get a value. And whoever ends up being closest to 12 gets 2 points. And then whoever ends up being second closest to 12 gets 1 point. So stack 1 gets a 7. Stack number 2, a 9. Stack number 3, a 6. And stack number 4, a 5. So this right here is our stack that gets 2 points. And somehow I lost my little card. Nope, here we go. Here's our 2-point group. Now I did somehow lose my 1-point group. I'm going to make a new card for them. There we go. Here's our 1-point group. We'll just set these gentlemen off to the side and we'll get them scored once we're all done. And these folks here did not make the cut. So these bowlers, none of them get any money points. And here we are. So we are now moving on to... So in regular Bowl-o-Rama, if you were using professional bowlers, there are icons that show up on some of the bowler cards in the more recent seasons that indicate whether or not they participate in a lot of tournaments, only a few tournaments, or a middling amount. So that as you roll through these, you can include them or cut them so that you get more realistic simulations of participation, so that you don't have some awesome bowler that has a 260 average, but he only bowls twice a year. You don't want him bowling in every tournament, because that's not the way that would end up playing out. All right, so we're dividing into 4 stacks of 6. This is our semifinal round robin round. I need one of those sticky bowls that I can wet the tip of my finger and get things off these stacks easier. Well, that's interesting. Did I accidentally put my last 3 guys in here someplace? I will know their names. Because we looked at them all. And then that would actually answer my question of why my numbers seemed to be inflated. Womp womp. I am super qualified at this. It was not you, Rob Vanderweel. Plus, you guys were all shuffled in here. We got, let's see, Paul Toledo. He was supposed to be one. Mr. Michael, how did you do that? Gary Salerno, he's one. Our third guy was it Barry Peccatillo? No, he got cut because I remember saying, I don't think he even bowled last week. Marv Rosenthal, he was R2. I'm going to just look at these names one more time. Max Boston, he was in here too. So, Mike, what did you do? Sonny Wayne, Josh Ziegler, Wade, Burkhold. Let's see. I'm just going to go back here real fast and we're going to figure out what the heck I did. This makes for enthralling. All right, so these guys do Paul Toledo, Max Boston, and Rosenthal. Did Salerno not make it? Where am I? That's 5. Almost. Gary Salerno's out. There we go. So there's our answer. All right. Good enough. That's the way those points are going to go. Salerno's in that group. That'll work for me. And we'll come back, and we're back at live again. Sounds great. I don't need to listen to myself. All right, here we go. All right. Let's get these gentlemen taken care of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Fantabulous. That was ridiculous, but that's okay. We're going to shuffle them. We got stacks 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to take a one-sided die, one 6-sided die. And for each stack, if a 1 or 2 comes out, the 2 highest average bowlers come out. If a 3 or 4 comes out, the highest average bowler advances. The highest average bowler advances, and then 1 drawn bowler. And if 2 5s or a 5 or 6 comes out, then the 2 highest average bowlers. So we're going to be looking here at group 1 first. It is a 5, so we're looking at 2 drawn bowlers in this group of 6. So it is not going to necessarily be the best coming out. It could be, but we are. Here we go. We're not looking. We're shuffling. Here we go. And our 2 drawn bowlers are 1, Woody Horvath, a 219 average bowler out of Peoria, Illinois, and Lonnie Yoon, a 208 average bowler. So we are looking to get this down. The remaining 16 bowlers that are out get 5 points apiece. Not moving on, Wally Stouch, Palmer Nowako, Gary Ekholm, and Max Boston. Group number 2. We got a 1. So we're looking at our 2 highest average bowlers moving on here. Oh, Jerry Vanesdahl. Is he in this group? He is. Not that he's that high of a bowling average, but he might be in the right group to move on. And he is. Jerry Vanesdahl in his 223 moves on. And we've got a tie at 222. Not moving on are Dave Giordano, Kenny St. Clair, and Dwayne Lasco. We're going to roll for Paul Toledo and Troy Scorza. If it goes even, it's going to be Toledo. Oh, my camera's over here. If it goes even, it's going to be Toledo. There we go. If it's odd, it's going to be Scorza. So here we go. Even, Toledo, odd, Scorza. It is an even. Paul Toledo moves on. Troy Scorza moves out. Group number 3 is a 6. We're looking at 2 more drawn bowlers. So we're going to shuffle this group up real nice and see who we lose here in the semifinal round robin. Number 1, Wally Schaffstall. And number 2, Nick Steinberg. Schaffstall is a 217 bowling average, right-handed out of Reno, Nevada. And Nick Steinberg is from Orlando, Florida, 221 average. This tournament is theoretically being played in Jacksonville, Florida, so maybe Nick Steinberg will have some family there to watch. Not moving on are Bill Carell, Hub Reifsnyder, Ralph McNamara, or Clark Jankowiak. And our final group looks a little something like this. It is a 3. We're looking at the highest average bowler and then a draw. So our highest average, I believe, is going to be Mr. Mark Rosenthal. And it is with his 225 average, or Marv Rosenthal, my bad. Sorry, fictional Marv. And unfortunately, that means that 224 average Joe Zeleznik does not just get to move on. We're going to shuffle up and find out who the other gentleman is that's coming out of this group. Here we go. We're going to close our eyes. And we're going to take top bowler right here. Whoosh. Felix Navarrete and his 210 average comes along. These gentlemen all get 5 points apiece. All right, we are now here at our positioning round. Essentially a 24th match that gets played in order to set seeds. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do quick play to get them scores. There's a chart on this quick play side of the card. And that's going to tell us what is going to end up happening for the positioning round. So the way that I ended up doing this last time, and I'll probably stay consistent with it, on this chart, there is a normal and aggressive in terms of quick play. So I'll probably end up doing normal for the original positioning round. And then what ends up happening is we end up sending them off to a new seeding so that we can have them play against each other to figure out who ends up moving on into the tournament. It really sounds like I know what I'm doing. So we got our nice little notepad down here. And we're going to do our quick play. This is just going to be a regular old quick play. Nick Steinberg is going to be up first. So we're going to roll a 6-sided die and a 20-sided die. The 6 die comes out. If it's a 1, it's an exceptional ball, and we read from the 1 column in the chart. If it's a 2, 3, 4, or 5, it's a regular ball, and we read from the middle of the chart. And then if it's a 6, it's a questionable ball. So that's going to end, or a questionable round in the case of a quick roll. So this is just going to give us very quick scores to be able to determine ways that we can rank these 8 bowlers to figure out who are moving on. So Nick Steinberg has a 16. He is a minus 17 from his normal score. Nick Steinberg rolled himself a 204. Wally Schaffstall, the 5 and 5. He's plus 16 on his average, so that puts him at a 233. Felix Navarrete. I have to get better about where my camera corner is. Felix Navarrete is a 13 and a 4, so he's looking at minus 8 from his score, so he bowled a 202. Paul Toledo, 5 and a 6. That 5 is not going to be good for him. That is a minus 36 from his normal average. So if we take 22 out of that, that's still another 14. That is, this is Paul Toledo. That is, I thought about it and lost it in my head. 22 minus 36 Take 22 out of that. That's still 14 more. It's a 184 for Paul Toledo. Now remember, this doesn't necessarily mean that they're out because they are still they're getting seeded right now to play 1 and 2 plays, 3 and 4 plays, 5 and 6 play, 7 and 8 play to get points. So I guess Paul Toledo could be out. Lonnie Yoon has bowled a 17, which is minus 20 from his score. So that takes him down to a 188. Marv Rosenthal. Three and 3. He is a plus 22 to his average. He bowled a 247. And our last bowler, second last bowler, Jerry Vanisdahl, with a 18 and 1. That's a plus 32. That's a 255 for Jerry. And last but not least is Woody Horvath. $12 and exceptional. We're looking at plus 38 for him to 19. I should just open a calculator. Way easier. I don't know where it went. There it is. 219 plus is, I just had it, 12 and 1, 38. 257. So, just to make sure I'm getting it right, 1 and 2 plays, winner gets the 1 seed. 3 and 4 gets the 3 seed. Yep, there we go. So, it goes Woody Horvath versus Jerry Vanisdahl. And then it goes Marv Rosenthal and Woody. Woody? Is that his name? I've forgotten. Wally Schofstall. 203. Or 233. Then we got Nick Steinberg and Felix Navarrete. And then Yoon and Toledo. All right, so let's start from the bottom up. We are going to go with aggressive play. That's the way that I am going to run this. Here we go. We're going aggressive. Lin Yoon bowls a 6 plus 17 for Lin Yoon. Let's get Lin Yoon's card out. I'm not even ready for it. Or I'm sorry, not Lin. Lonnie Yoon and Paul Toledo. Lonnie Yoon with a 208 plus 6. It's a 17. 225. And Paul Toledo, 18 and 4. That is a minus 45. 208. I'm sorry, 222. Minus 45. That is a 177. I might do away with using aggressive. I'm not quite sure what scenario I'd end up using it, but because it feels like it's a really big swing. Really big. So in this case, we've got, let's see. Loser gets 6, winner gets 7. Where did all my cards go? My notes. 6 points. And 7 points. So 6 points to Paul Toledo. 7 points to Lonnie Yoon. And we are moving on to Felix Navarrete and Nick Steinberg. Nick Steinberg is our first bowler. It's a 4. That's a plus 25. So that's a 246. And 1 and 14 plus 52. The 210, 262. So Felix is going to end up moving on. So he's going to be our 5 seed. Right? This is Felix Navarrete. And our 8-point bowler is Nick Steinberg. Okay. Here we go. Next, Marv Rosenthal versus Wally Schofstall. Marv Rosenthal rolls a 13 and 4. We're talking 13. Minus 9 from Rosenthal. That takes him down to a 216. And Wally Schofstall, it's a 11 minus 1. It's a 216. We have a tie. What happens in a tie? I don't even know. Let's find out. PBA Tour tie. It's a roll-off, so we're going to go to a roll-off. Let's do it. We're going to go with a roll-off. Marv Rosenthal, 19 and 3. He rolls himself a 7 plus and a 17 and 1. All right, so he would have gotten the 7 and spare. Wally Schofstall with an 18 and 1, and that is a strike. And Wally Schofstall is going to move on and be our number 3 seed. Marv Rosenthal is our 4. After losing the roll-off. And our final match to determine first and second seeds. Woody Horvath. 3 and 6. This is not good for him. 3 and 6. We're going to the terrible column. It's a 15 and 5. So it's minus 54. Ooh. I bet we don't even need to do that math, but we'll do it anyway. That is a 165. And then Jerry Vanesdahl, the champion from the previous week, that is an 18 and 1 plus 42. And he bowls a 265. So, Jerry Vanesdahl and his 223 has an opportunity to win the first 2 events in the 2024 Bowling America League. And today, he has a chance of winning the Bowling America Open. So we are going to switch to... I have to get out my... Let's see, what's that one? I don't know which cameras I'm capturing at this point. What's this one? Nope, that's not it. Is it this one? This one? That one? That one? We need to find... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Bam. And we need to bring up... Bam. There we go. We still got our scoring card here. I should... You know what? Nobody's watching. Let's take the time and clean this up just so that it looks great for me. So we're going to click on this guy. Transform. Edit. We're going to crop up from the bottom. Bow, 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 bow. There's that. And we're going to crop down from the top. Did I go too far? Oh, look at that. It's pretty good. And the right is... Bow, 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 bow. There we go. Looks awesome. Marv Rosenthal. Felix Navarrete. Let's get it on. That's what they say, right? Is that what they say in bowling? We're going to kill this guy. Kill this guy. I'm going to put in 2 games. First one is Felix Navarrete. Second one is Marv Rosenthal. So interesting. It's this. I do find this a little bit interesting. The fact that, oh no, I changed the window size and everything got annoyed. There we go. I do find this interesting that Marv Rosenthal and Jerry Van Asdal both were in finals last week, finished first and second, and they randomly found their way back into the tournament all the way back up to this spot. It's, yeah, I think that's interesting. Now, I don't like the way this is cropping. I'll have to do something about that later. But for now, this is going to work. We have our charts. We have our off targets. Bring that over here. And we'll leave our competitors up here. Oh my camera is not where I thought it was at all. Great. Here we go. Felix Navarrete versus Marv Rosenthal. First ball from Felix is a 6-3. And that is a strike to start. Marv Rosenthal. Oh, I missed. 17-1. That is a strike. How far are we going to go ball for ball? 15-4. That is a 9. And 20-6. And it's a miss. Oh, no. Felix. Marv Rosenthal with a 2-2 strike. Felix with the open frame. 11-5. That is still a strike, but it was close. Marv Rosenthal. 18-6. We're going to a Y ball. Oh, nope. I need to do 2 6-sided dice for this. That's a 44. That's 5 pins. We're going to go to our crazy chart here for 5. There we go. 5. He is a AA spare. Here we go. 1 and 6. Spare. 5 pin spare. All right. Frame 4 for Felix. 20 and 2. That's a 7. Followed by 5 and 1. That is a spare. Marv Rosenthal. 15 and 5. It's a 9. This is not what I call championship caliber bowling. 10 and 1. Spare. Frame 5 for Felix Navarrete. 3, 4 strike. Rosenthal, 14 and 3. The 9. 4 and 2. Spare. Five and 1. That is a strike. 2 got a double. We got Marv Rosenthal with a 5 and 3. That is a strike. Oh, I messed up. Right here, we gotta fix Felix Navarrete with an 11 and 3. Still, it's a strike. Whoop. Gotta do that all over again. There we go. All right, we are looking at 4 and 5. That is a strike. Ooh. High score 248 to 253. 20 and 1. 20 and 1. That is a strike. So that is 4 in a row. For Navarrete has a 1 and 2. That is a strike, and that is a turkey. All of a sudden, these bowlers have found it. 10 and 1. Strike for Navarrete in the 9th frame. Who's going to make the mistake first? That's a 1 and 2. That is a strike. Going to the 10th frame, there's a 5-pin difference between their possible max differences. Felix Navarrete with a... Oh, no. 7 and 6. That is an 8. That could be the door that gets opened. We're talking an 8 and a 2 with a 4. That is a spare. And the final ball is a 2-5 for a 10-pin. Max score 226. Rosenthal with, oh boy, 14 and 6 is a 7 minus. Oh boy, 7 minus. What happens with Rosenthal? It is a 1-2. That is the spare. Final ball, 8-6. That is an 8. And that, whoa, Marv Rosenthal holds on to win 228. 228 to 226. $228 to Felix Navarrete's 226. That is how many points for Navarrete finishing in 5th? Here we go. 9 points. 9 points for Navarrete. And he is done for the day. Bringing in Wally Schofstall. Face off against Marv Rosenthal. Game 2 is going to be Marv Rosenthal versus Wally Schofstall. All right, we've got Rosenthal a 225 average bowler, and Schaafstall a 217 average bowler. And we are gonna hiccup. I don't know a way to clear the card on this site, so we're just gonna put in brand new ones. All right, here we go. Rosenthal is going to start off game 2. 20-5. He starts off like garbage. That is a 7. Already lost 10 total pins. 11-4. And he gets the spare. Molly Schaafstall. Table's got like a lump or something in it. Don't know what's going on. Dice are all rolling backwards. Let's see. We are looking at a 20-2. That is a 7 garbage as well for Schaafstall. 7. That is a 16-3. He 7, 16-3. Nope. He is only going to get 2 pins. Oh, I messed up again. 7-2. And that hurts badly. On the open frame, on frame 1. 5-3 for Rosenthal. That is a strike. Frame 2 for Schaafstall. 14-5. That is a 9. Stop it. Oh. 9. And our spare. An 18-6. And that is an open frame. Open frame for Schaafstall. Marv Rosenthal, 14-1. That is a strike. Schaafstall. 2 open frames to start. That's a 7-3. And that is a strike. Rosenthal, 2-5. Strike. Turkey. Schaafstall. 19-5. 19-5. That is a 7+. We know the pins are grouped. And it is a 7-5 over here as well. So we're talking a spare. They don't even need to play this game. 10-5. Strike. 17-2. There's an 8. A 10-2. Spare. Strike. Rosenthal. Schaafstall is a 6-2. Strike. Schaafstall is really hoping for a mistake here. He needs something at some point. We're looking at 1-3 for Rosenthal. 1-3 is a strike. Schaafstall. 1-1 strike. Can't get much better than that. Rosenthal. 15-3. 9. 5-1. Spare. Schaafstall. 2-4. That's a strike. 3 strikes in a row, but it is definitely too little too late, I think. We're talking 19-3. That is a 7+. Rosenthal. And 5-1. Spare. Frame number 9 for Schaafstall. 12-5. That is a strike. 10th and final frame, Rosenthal. 1-4 strike. 18 and 5 is an 8. And 14 and 2. Spare. Rosenthal finishes his second match with a 246. And Wally Schofstall, who started out oh so poorly, finished very nicely. 7 and 2. That is a strike. Two and 4. That is a strike. And 15 and 2. 9. Schofstall finishes with a 225. And that is 10 points. 10 points for Mr. Wally Schofstall. Coming on, Woody Horvath. Whoop. Fourth place gets not 10. Third place gets 12. Second place gets 15. And winner gets 20. Game 3. Marv Rosenthal versus Woody Horvath. Here we go. Let's clear these. 1. Whoop. 1, 2. There. Marv Rosenthal and Woody Horvath. And Marv Rosenthal is going to get us started with his third match here in the ladder. That's a 19 and 5, which doesn't start great. That is a 7. At least the pins are grouped. We're looking at oh no, 19 and 6. He starts with an open frame. Horvath with a 2-3 starts off with a strike. Putting the screws to Rosenthal. Oh no, dice got stuck. 2 and 2 strike. Horvath. 18 and 3 is an 8. And a 6-1 spare. Frame number 3, Rosenthal. 17 and 2 is an 8. Coming off of the strike. Oh, I didn't finish the spare. It is a 14 and 5. And that spare is good. Frame 3 for Woody Horvath. It is a 13 and 6. Oh no, that is a Y ball. Yeah, 13 and 6 is a Y ball. 52 is a 5. Woo. Let's get our special charts. 5, and he is a single A bowler for the spare. Nope, that's not what I need. I need to get rid of this. I need this and this. Third, 19 and 3. That is a 3. Not only is it an open frame, he left 2 pins standing. Rosenthal. 4. Can you believe it? 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Strike. Woody Horvath. 7 and 3. Strike. Rosenthal. 20 and 2. That is a 7. And the spare ball looks like this. 6 and 3. Spare. Horvath, 7 and 3. Strike. Ooh, that spare put Rosenthal in a tough spot. 6th frame, 239 possible maximum points. 6 and 5, that is a strike. Horvath, 6th frame, 253 possible. 1 and 6 is a strike. 1 and 1. Strike. Woo! Horvath, 17 and 1. Strike. Rosenthal, 8th frame, 17 and 5 is an 8. 4 and 5 is a spare. Oh, I put on the wrong column. 8 and a spare. All right, let's give Mr. Horvath his due. 8th frame, 4 and 3. That's a strike. Oh my. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight strikes from Horvath. Is he going to take down Rosenthal? Rosenthal in the 9th frame, 13 and 6. The wheels are coming off. That is a 7. 4 and 4. He's got the spare, but Rosenthal with a 7 and 2. That is a strike. All 10 pins drop. This looks like the end of the road for Rosenthal. 10th frame, only a maximum possible of 204 pins. And an 18 and 6, and that's a Y ball. Ooh, boy. That Y ball is a 53. 5. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hurts. That's a 19 and 1 on a double A5. He gets the spare, and he gets the opportunity to throw a final ball. 11 and 4 for Rosenthal, and that is a strike. That is a 189. Rosenthal. Horvath. Oh my goodness, it's a 20 and a 6. That is a U-ball. At the professional level, whenever a U result is indicated on the bowler's card, roll 2 6-sided dice. This is the first time this has happened to me. And consult the reading at the right. Means dice symbol means roll 1 6-sided die and use that number for balls, games, etc. Oh my. So, this is the 10th frame. I don't think he can lose at this point. But let's see what happens with Horvath. It is a 26. Bowler out of sync. Read question column on the next X balls. The question column on the next X balls. So, I'm assuming that's not quick play. We're just talking question on the next X balls. Here we go. Question column. I guess we roll again. He's all messed up. It's a 5, but it doesn't matter. That's a 8. Yeah, he's okay. 8 plus is going to be the question column, which is a 12, which is a 1, and he doesn't even get to close out the frame. He oh, he finishes with a 219, which is actually his average. It is his average. He did that on purpose. Where's my tournament chart? I can't find it. Third place gets 12 points. That's 12 more points for Rosenthal. He's still probably going to be well in second place. And our final game is going to be Jerry Vanisdahl versus Woody Horvath. Vanisdal has an opportunity here to win the first 2 matches of the season, which is pretty wild if you ask me. Considering there are actually better bowlers in this deck, what are the chances? What are the chances? All right, Woody Horvath. Oh, we got to set up some new games here. And this is Woody Horvath and Vanisdal. Here is the final match from the Bowling America Open 2024. 8-1 for Horvath. That is a strike. And the crowd goes wild. Vanisdal. 4-1. Strike. I don't need this pencil right now. Wow. Back to Horvath. 2-1. Strike. Vanisdal. 6-1. Wow. 14-5 for Horvath. That is a 9. And a 17-4. He gets his spare. Vanisdal with a 3-3. That is a strike. Ooh boy. Horvath 19-4. It's a 7. And 7 plus. We're talking 4. Oh no. 4-6. He still gets his spare. I wonder, that rare result where it said he was out of sync, I think that I'm only going to count that in the game he's in. That's not going to carry over. He had time to get out of his own head. That's what we're going with. Vanisdal. 3-2. X. Four and 1. And that is a strike for Woody. Jerry. 1-1. He is on fire. 5 straight strikes to open this up. 17-3. We're looking at an 8. At this point, he's just looking to put up a reputable or a respectable number. That is a 20-2. That is a 1 and an open frame. Vanisdal. 17-5. Oh man, there goes the perfect game. That's an 8 plus. Vanisdal stops. Puts the ball down the lane. That is an 8-2. And takes out the 2 pins for the spare. Woody Horvath. 2-4. Strike. Vanisdal. 5-2. Strike. Horvath. 4-4. Strike. Vanisdal. 2-6. Strike. Frame number 9. 20-4. Oof. 7. And boom. 9-3. 7. Yep. That is it's a spare. Number 9. 19-1. Strike. Oh my goodness. Woody Horvath. 11-2. That's a strike. And 2. Let's see. 2-4. That is a strike. And last but not least, 7 and 4, strike. And Woody Horvath finishes with a 211. He is going to walk away with 15 points. And Jerry Vanisdahl, an 8 and 3, gets himself a strike. This is a wild. Oh no, 3 and 6. That's a 9. And 1 and 4. Spare. And Jerry Vanisdahl wins his second straight tournament with a 267 pin total versus Woody Horvath in the final. Vanisdahl sits at a very solid 120 points, 2 events into the season. Whee! I'm going to pop back here for a second. So the next event is going to end up being the Bowling America Championship Illinois Classic. Maybe not Illinois. I don't know. So in real PBA, it's Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, and Delaware. I'll probably rename those. I haven't got that far yet, but that is a open event, 2 tiers, and only 64 entrants. My set carries 72 total. 70. My hiccups are here. 72 total cards. So there is going to be a random number of bowlers that are not even going to get to be entered in to have the opportunity to score points. So that is where we stand, and I will get my scorecard all updated for everyone that cares. Thanks for joining me tonight. This has been fun. This has been week 2 of the Bowling America Champions League. Bowling America, I forget what I'm calling it. With Bowl-o-Rama, professional bowling by Plaay Games. Come back and check out the channel. Check out all the fun stuff we got to offer.